This is test run number 1. Hello everybody and welcome to my presentation. God, Benjamin, and Donald Trump. My name is Maverick Heater and I did this for my Com 1500 class. Alright, so what are the 3 things your mom and your dad told you to never talk about when you're at Thanksgiving? I'm willing to bet that it's probably religion, money, and politics. That's pretty stupid. That's like really dumb. Okay? Here's why we should talk about religion, right? Consider that, if you believe your religious values are correct, maybe you should share that, right? You're like, oh, dude, my religion says I'm going to eternal peace and everything's sunshine and rainbows. Tell people that! Why would you gatekeep that information? Okay, moving on. Oh, I went too far. I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway, if you believe other people's religions are incorrect or flawed, so like if you're like hearing somebody else and they're telling you, dude, my religion is the only way to avoid eternal suffering, and you think he's incorrect, maybe you should go like talk to that guy. Because what if he's wrong, and you save him from eternal torment? Or what if, get this, you're wrong, and then he saves you from eternal torment? Then you get to figure stuff out. If you think we shouldn't fight wars, we have like 3 religious wars happening right now, and hundreds throughout all of history. We love to kill each other over this stuff we believe. It's like what it means to be human. Alright, anyway, and if you want to be more educated, culture is rooted deeply with religion. If you want to understand other cultures, if you want to understand other peoples, if you want to be a more well-rounded human, maybe you should learn about what other people believe is fact. I mean, these people think they're going to hell or heaven or whatever afterlife, or they're being reincarnated. That's cool. You should learn about that. Helps you understand them more. Okay, yeah, here's some fun statistics. These are sources. I'm not citing them. This is my YouTube video. I don't have to tell you or justify my sources. I hate doing that. Anyway, there are 33 world-spanning religions, but that number can balloon infinitely large. Not infinitely large, but like massive, right? Big numbers, just by loosening that definition, right? These are 33 Christianity-like religions that are all across the world. Like, people believe in this stuff. They think with all their heart that this is accurate. Yeah, yada yada. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about cow vigilantism, conspiracy, and violence, but mostly the first one, because that's the only one I want to talk about. In India, there is a minority religion there, right? And they think cows are sacred, right? They think they're sacred animals, you shouldn't eat them, right? So they have cows, they don't kill them. They just keep them there. And the majority there, they think that's stupid. So they kill the cows. That's a holy animal. They're killing like what the Hindus believe to be God, right? That's no bueno, right? That's like if I'm having beef with my roommate Grady here, and he's like cats are better, and I'm like dogs are better, and to prove my point, I go kill 13 cats. Here's Grady, by the way.
He did that. He did it. He killed a bunch of cats.
No. And moving on. Anyway, here's why we should talk about money. Again, sources. I'm not citing them. Fuck you. So, rich people. 10% of the population holds 2/3 of the wealth. Let's say there's 20 people in the room, right? That means 2 of them would get 13 shares. They don't need that many chairs. Moving on. Poor people. That's 50% of us, 10 people in the 20 people room. They get 2% of the total wealth. Do you know what that means? They don't even get a whole chair. For 10 people, they get like the butt of a chair. They get this much. That's not enough chair. My butt's like the size of 2 chairs. Anyway, personal gain. If you want to earn more money, you should probably talk about it. Union workers earn like 10% more than their non-union counterparts, just because they look at their buddy and they're like, dude, how much do you make? And he's like, I make 100 bajillion more dollars than you. And you're like, dude, what the frick? And you bring it up with your boss, and your boss is like, you know what, dude? You're right. You should earn more money. Or he says no, and then you unionize, and then he has to give you more money. And climate change. or any real issue. We live in a capitalist economy, a capitalist society, a capitalist world. That's not changing, for better or for worse. But if we want to solve problems in a capitalist world, you have to throw fucking money at it. How are you gonna beat climate change if you're not funneling money into research about it? If you're not funneling money into like building seawalls and whatnot, and renewable energy? Okay, finally, Trump and politics. That probably raised your blood pressure. That's why we need to talk about it. It's controversial. It's supposed to be controversial. You feel very deeply about these subjects, and that's because they're important. Telling us not to talk about these subjects is like being like, yeah, no, there's a real elephant in the room, and we should probably address it. But we're not going to, because if we talk about this massive elephant that's rampaging throughout the room, some people might want to kill the elephant, other people might just want to move it, and we'd rather just not address it at all. Let's talk about climate change. We could have fixed this like 20 years ago, but like people were like, dude, we're not gonna do that. And 20 years of political debate and people yelling at each other. Effective polarization. People have gotten to the point, because we don't talk about it, people have gotten to the point where they identify with their ideologies. People are like, oh, I'm a Republican. That guy's a Republican. He's saying something, I agree with him. It doesn't even matter what he's saying. He's going to agree with it. The same goes for Democrats. They did like 8 studies on this. They all said the same thing. If you're listening to someone and you think they're part of your group, right? They're part of your ideology. They're a Democrat, and you're a Democrat, and you're listening to them, and they say something, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty smart, and it literally doesn't matter. They could be telling you that dogs are the Antichrist, and we should kill all of them, and you'd be like, yeah, that has a lot more merit since it's coming from this guy who I think is my friend. In groups and out groups, I just talked about that. I'm not saying that again. And people do, as I said before, they feel incredibly passionate about this stuff. As they should. You should feel passionate about the stuff that affects you in your everyday life, and the stuff that affects the globe, and the stuff that you're passionate about and you love. You should feel passionate. Anyway, here are my final remarks as I let Grady go to Cane's because he's hungry as shit because he hasn't eaten since when's the last time you ate?
Like 3?
Like 3 p.m. It's currently like freckle pasta hair. Anyway, speeches can move hills, but conversation can move mountains. You need to talk to each other. You need to debate and argue, and you need to disagree, and you need to compromise. Thank you. My voice hurts now. Oh, wait, did I have anything in that box? I didn't have anything in the box. You can go to Cane's now. Dab me up, cuz. Shit, that's just so magnificent. I'm gonna blow.
Hey, it's me, Goku!